This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Finally, I can do a recording of this video. I've been waiting for what feels like an hour for the damn washing machine to finish, because it didn't matter where I went in the house, I can hear the damn thing in the background. Wooden floorboards, all that kind of thing. 3-bedroom house, pretty big, didn't matter where I went, I can hear it in the background. And sometimes I walk into the kitchen and the machine is in the middle of the damn kitchen. The thing is like, it's possessed. You remember that movie Maximum Overdrive? Well, this is the damn washing machine version of it. Anyway, moving on from that one, I can now record it. So, Luis Ortiz obviously turned down $5 million but wanted $10 million. This has been the story over like the last 24 hours. Now, MCR Net with Matt, Rob and Fugatti. These guys, it's a pretty new channel over there, and I'll put a link in the description box for you guys to go have a watch of this interview with them. So big up to Matt for meeting up with Eddie Hearn while he was over there promoting the Rung Versailles Strada. So he caught up with Eddie Hearn and of course asked him about Luis Ortiz. As these guys now have press credentials, so big up to you guys. And by the way, Rob, I know that you're based here in the UK, so I fully expect to see you out and about on the circuit soon too. So hopefully that's where we get to see it. But remember, the Northeast is mine. I'm the daddy in the Northeast. All right, stay off my land. All right. Okay, now moving on. So while these guys were over there, they met with Eddie Hearn. Naturally, they're going to ask about Luis Ortiz, about turning down $5 million but wanted $10 million. And Eddie Hearn said that he was surprised about the rumours or the headlines about this $5 million offer but they wanted $10 million. He said that both were wrong. Obviously, we don't know how much that Luis Ortiz is asking for June the 1st. And likewise, he said that the $5 million, even though that in itself is 10 times more money than what he made against Deontay Wilder, they actually offered him more than $5 million and they turned it down. Now, when Team Ortiz put out that statement 2 days ago now saying how they're turning down the Anthony Joshua fight, Eddie Hearn lowballing, all this kind of thing, what did I say to you guys? I said to you guys, this is a blatant lie. I can see through this lie. Okay, I know lies when I see them and when I hear them. I'm married, I've got a couple of children. I know bullshit when I see it, okay? Because I have to do it sometimes myself, right? Now, it was pretty obvious, okay? They're going with the whole lowball thing. The whole thing is a mudslinging propaganda war from the PBC to slate Eddie Hearn. Why? Because he's part of DAZN. Okay, DAZN is now a rival for the PBC with the Showtime and the Fox. Okay, they don't like it, so everything is some big propaganda war to make sure that their fighters don't fight on DAZN. Listen, it's business, fair play, okay? But ultimately, they are stopping the big fights happening. But for Luis Ortiz to turn down not only $5 million, but turned out to be more than $5 million is absolutely outrageous. So first of all, it's more than $5 million, and Eddie Hearn said that as soon as Anthony Joshua and whoever it is he's going to be fighting next, whether it be Andy Ruiz Jr., Michael Hunter, Trevor Bryan, whoever it may be, another one that we haven't really thought about, who knows, he will expose Team Ortiz and everybody else who got offered, and he will detail the offers. In other words, he will tell people exactly what it is that Team Ortiz and anybody else got offered that they turned down for a fight against a unified heavyweight champion of the world in Anthony Joshua. Because for too long now, we've seen the likes of the Wilder fanatics, as in the extremists. Not all Wilder fans. There's a lot of Wilder fans who are very level-headed, use common sense. They know that Team Wilder and everything has been ducking Joshua. They know this, but they're still going to support Wilder, and fair play to you for it. Okay, but there are some extremists, we all know who they are, will back up no matter what it is, and they put Luis Ortiz on this pedestal, and then they come out with fake stories that it's Anthony Joshua that's been ducking Luis Ortiz. Even though I've proved to you guys time and time again, even way back when, right after Joshua fought Klitschko, that it was actually Luis Ortiz who pulled out of that fight to go fight Wilder when he was mandatory for the WBA. All Joshua had to do was fight Pulev because he was the IBF champion first, so that comes first, then afterwards WBA. So Luis Ortiz was in line to fight Anthony Joshua, but Luis Ortiz obviously seen Wilder as an easier fight, wanted to get that belt, come back to the table with Anthony Joshua, get more money, okay? Had it worked, it would have been brilliant, but it didn't work, did it? He forgot to put high blood pressure medication on the form. So anyway, but even though people understand that and people know that story, people don't want to run with it. They want to run with the whole let's hate Eddie Hearn, let's hate Anthony Joshua. So let's say that Anthony Joshua was ducking Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder was man enough to step up against Luis Ortiz when Anthony Joshua wasn't, even though all of it was complete balls, okay? But yet again, now we're seeing that Team Ortiz, not necessarily Luis Ortiz, but Team Ortiz, maybe part of the PBC propaganda machine as well, don't want Anthony Joshua in with Luis Ortiz. They don't want to help out DAZN. Obviously, it's a rivalry, and they're just not confident in their guy, Luis Ortiz. To turn down over 5 million, as it turns out, what, because they've got a rematch with Wilder? Are you going to get more than 5 million plus to fight Wilder for one belt? Of course you're not. Why don't you go fight Joshua for whatever the number is, more than $5 million, get those belts, have a rematch with Joshua, earn a hell of a lot more money in the rematch, and then go fight Wilder for undisputed. Why don't you just do that? But clearly they're not confident and they just don't want to help out DAZN. That's all it is. So anybody who's been going around saying it's Joshua ducking Luis Ortiz, you can quite plainly see that it's actually Luis Ortiz that's ducking Anthony Joshua. It's not too difficult to work out. If you just sit back and look at it logically, you'll see that it's actually Luis Ortiz that's ducking Joshua. And if anybody who's saying that Luis Ortiz should get 10 million, 20 million, whatever it is, sit your backside back down, okay? Is he going to get that fight in anybody else? You're only saying that because Anthony Joshua is in the other corner, okay? That's the only reason you're saying that. Luis Ortiz got sparked out by Deontay Wilder. Yes, there were some controversial moments with the referee and the medical team, all that kind of thing, but ultimately, he did get done by Deontay Wilder. Okay, so he got knocked out and he got paid 500 grand for it. But he's fought 3 gatekeepers since then, journeymen, and what's only now he's worth 10 million, 20 million, whatever. Come on now, have a word with yourself. Anyway, link in the description box, go give it a watch for yourself. Make sure that you subscribe to MCR Net while you're over there, but of course before you go over there, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel too. Click the thumbs up, drop yourself a comment, and I'll catch you all on the next video.